General time, if I ask you, how will you calculate that? Any general time, how will you calculate? Yes. How do you see the time? How do you see the time? Suppose if I ask you, what is the time right now? What you will do? Yes. If I ask you, what is the time right now? What you will do? Yes, students, what you will do? You will see the clock. You will see the clock. Okay. Just imagine that in previous time, okay, long back in early ages, if when there was no clock, how people used to determine the time? Can you tell me that? How people used to determine the time? Yes, how people used to determine the time in the early ages using by the help of sun. Okay, good, good. Sun. Anything else? Yes. Seeing the shadow, sand clock. Okay. Okay. Now let us understand how they used to see. Suppose today sunrise happens and tomorrow again sunrise happens. Okay. So the gap between the two sunrise, what can I say? In early days, the gap between two sunrises, what can I say? So I'm writing it over here. Gap between two sunrise, what can we say? If I say gap between two sunrise, what you will say? It is one complete day. Okay. One complete day. One complete day. Fine. Understood. Now, how can we tell that 1 month has been completed? How can we tell that the 1 month has been completed? We can say by the two new moons. Okay. Consecutive two new moons will tell me that yes, there is a 1 month now. Okay. So two new moons. New moon. Okay. So 1 month. So like that, they used to do that. Okay. So that is not a problem. But nowadays, we are interested in finding out or studying. Nowadays, what we do? Nowadays, we see watch or clock. Okay. Now, every clock and every watch has a very complex mechanism. You would have seen inside the machines and all. Okay. Gear, the needles. So there's so many things that you would have seen, and it is very complex thing. Okay. So, but all of them, yes, all of them use one same principle, which is periodic motion. Understood? All the clocks, whatever we use, either it is a pendulum clock, okay, either it is a wall clock, or either it's the watch that we wear, okay. All of them are using one same principle, which is called as periodic motion. Understood? All of them are using what? Periodic motion. Periodic motion. Okay. Now let us understand what is this actually, this periodic motion. We have to understand clearly, okay, because this is a very important topic for the higher classes. Okay, this periodic motion. So we will try to understand what is periodic motion. I will give you the example of this. Okay, I'll give you the example of this and this definition of this, not example. and I expect you people to think about the example. Okay, any example that you can think of for a periodic motion. So what is periodic motion? So any motion, okay, that repeats that repeats itself after fixed interval of time, fixed interval of time. Okay, so any motion that repeats itself after a fixed interval of time, I can call that as a periodic motion. Okay, I have got few examples. Sanjay says pendulum, Yashwant says swing, sunrise, okay, swing, sunset. Okay, so any motion that repeats itself after a fixed interval of time, all of you all of you have given correct examples. Okay, so when very good example, what we can think of is simple pendulum or a pendulum. Okay, pendulum. Okay, one more example I can think of. Just see, Earth revolving around sun. So I have given you two examples, 1 and 2. Yes, and there are so many examples. You people can think of, and you have written that. That is correct. Okay, so one is simple pendulum and one is Earth revolving around the sun. Okay, so simple pendulum is, if anybody is not able to recall, so it is somewhat like this. You have a string, and at bottom you have a ball, okay, which we call as a bob actually. And this is a simple pendulum. So what you will do, you will just disturb this pendulum. So this will now move from this point to this point. Okay, it will move like this. Okay, like this it will move. So the position are A, B and C. The positions are A, B and C. Now for Earth revolving around the sun, so this is, suppose we have our sun. Okay, and elliptical path we have Earth. Here we have Earth. Okay, so this Earth revolves around the sun. So this is also a periodic motion now. This is also a periodic motion. That means after 365 days, approximately, not exactly, approximately more than 365 days, it takes this Earth takes to revolve around the sun. And after again it has done the same thing. So it will again do the same thing after the same interval of time. Okay, it is same thing for the simple pendulum also. The same thing is there with the simple pendulum also. Understood? Any doubt anybody is having in periodic motion? Any person is having any doubt in periodic motion, just ask now itself. Yes? No? Okay. So I'm going to introduce one new term. Here only I'm going to introduce a new term, and let me know how many people are comfortable with this. Okay? Because periodic motion, most of you have studied, I guess, earlier. The next term is what I'm going to introduce is oscillation. Oscillation. Yes, oscillation. So I'm going to give the definition for this. I'm going to give the definition for this, and I expect again example from you. So to and fro motion. Okay, to and fro motion about its mean position. Okay, about its mean position. Either if I can say mean position, or I can add a word or equilibrium. equilibrium. Okay, or I can say equilibrium. Yeah, to and fro. To and fro means, okay, I'll explain you. Just let me know, anybody can give me the example for this. To and fro motion about its mean position. Yes, anyone? Okay, now just see this. I'm giving you the example. Pendulum. Okay, I got one answer from Aditya. Pendulum. Good. Correct. Kanish also says pendulum. Correct. Swing. Good. Swing is also a correct example. Swing is also a correct example. Okay. So I'm writing the examples over here, and then we'll try to analyze each of them. Okay. So first example, what I see is pendulum. Pendulum. Swing. Okay. That these things, most of so many people have written. One I'm going to draw. Okay. Just try to visualize this. What I have drawn this. What is this? What I have that I have drawn on the screen? Can you identify what I have drawn on the screen? Yes. Is it a seesaw? Can anyone understand what I have drawn in this? Yes. Now, this is a block of mass m. What is this? Can anyone tell me? This is a spring. A spring. Okay. This is a spring. A spring. Yes, Satya, you said it correct. A spring. Okay. This is a spring. Fine. Now, one by one, we will analyze it. One by one, we will analyze it. What is to and fro first? Okay. And what is its mean position or equilibrium position? And then we will see. So first, I will start with this pendulum now. And then we will try to see to and fro motion and what is the equilibrium position in remaining things now. So first, let us see for the pendulum. So if you see this pendulum, so actually how this pendulum moves. Yes. What is the motion of the pendulum? So you will be having the ceiling. From ceiling, you will connect a thread, and at the bottom, you will connect a bob. Now, this bob, when you disturb a little bit, okay, when you disturb a little bit, or most of you would have seen in the clocks, okay, on wall clocks, that it moves in between these 2 points, A and B. And this position I'm calling as C. Now, my answer to you is, suppose I have made I have made a simple pendulum. Okay, I have used a thread, I have used a ball, and I move it like this, and I leave it free. I leave this free for a few minutes. Now, where this ball will come to at rest? My question to you is, when this pendulum is moving, okay, between A and B, where this ball after few minutes will come to rest? Yes, it's A, B, or C. It's A, B, or C. It's a C. Very good, very good. I've got so many correct answers. C. At C, it will be at rest. Okay. This will be at rest at C. Now, I'm taking the third example because pendulum and swing both are the same thing actually. Pendulum and the swing, they both are the same thing. I'm taking for the third example what I have drawn, that is spring piece. Okay. Now, just try to understand here. This is spring. Okay. And this is the mass. Okay. Now, what you are doing with this spring mass system is that you are pulling this. You are pulling it. Okay. You are standing here and you are pulling it. And what happens? You are able to pull it for a small distance. You are able to pull this for a small distance. Suppose up to here. Okay. Suppose up to this point you are able to pull this. Fine. So extra distance, how much you have pulled? This much distance you have pulled. Now, my question to you is that when you leave this spring, I am leaving the spring here. I am leaving the spring here. And when I leave the spring here, what will happen? What will happen to this spring? Yes. What will happen to this spring now? This mass. This mass will move like this. Yes or no? This mass will move like this. Yes. Sure. Now, I'm again naming the positions. Now, again, I'm naming the position. So this is some point C, or sorry, B. Okay. This point is C, and it will move from here to some point here. Okay. It will move like this. So this point I'm calling as A. So A, C, B. So after some time, this mass will go and be at rest at what point? This mass will go and be at rest at what point? You tell me. At A. How it will be at A? Yes. C. Correct, correct. I got correct answer C. Okay. So this mass will come to at rest at C. Understood. So do you analyze this situation, this pendulum and this spring mass? That at C point it was also coming to rest, and here also the mass is coming to at rest at C point only. So for pendulum, the C point is called as the equilibrium or mean position. For a spring mass system, this C point is called as the mean position. That means mean position is that position about which it will do the to and fro motion, about which it will do a to and fro motion. See, for this pendulum, this is the mean position now. Okay, this is the mean position now, and this ball will move like this. This ball will move like this. So this is a to and fro motion. Okay, going to B, again going to A, again going to B, again going to A, again going to B, again going to A. But it is doing about which position? About the position C. Similarly, for this example, this is the C position, and this mass will is first moving to B, then again it is moving to A, then again it will move to B, again it will move to A. So it is moving like this. But what is the center point? What is the center point? C. So the C is the mean position. And what is to and fro motion? Moving from A to B, again from B to A, again from A to B, B to A, like that. This motion is called as to and fro motion. This is called as to and fro motion. So such motions are called as oscillation. Such motions are called as oscillation. So any person is having any doubt in oscillation? Yes. If you can visualize that how a pendulum moves, okay. So you can understand that what is the oscillation? What is oscillation? Okay. If you can visualize the motion of the simple pendulum, you can understand what is oscillation actually. So whatever it is doing, whatever a pendulum is moving, how this pendulum moves, that is only oscillation. That is only oscillation. It is also the example for periodic motion. Also, it is an example for oscillation. Am I clear to everyone? Anybody is having any doubt in this? Yes. Anybody is having any doubt in this? Just let me know. Is anyone having any doubt in this now? Yes, students. No. Okay. So let us see that actually how this pendulum is used to calculate the time. Now we will see that actually how this pendulum is used to calculate the time. Okay. So let us do an experiment for that. Okay. So what we are going to do using the simple pendulum, that we will have a pendulum. Okay. This experiment you can do at your home. That you just do one thing, that just fix a nail. Okay. tie a string, okay, tie a string, okay, and make sure that string is not having so much of mass, okay. So light string will do that, will do our work. And at bottom you just put a ball, okay, a small ball, a bob, okay, you just fix it with it. Now from this position you leave it free so that it comes to rest, so that it comes to rest. Now what you have to do is simply just a very small displacement you have to make, very small displacement you have to make for this, okay, like this, up to position B, up to position B, and you leave it at B position, leave it at B position, leave it at B position. What will happen? Yes, what will happen to the ball? This ball will move, and this ball will move such that it moves from that position to a position somewhere here, okay, to a position somewhere at C. So this ball will continuously move from B to C. This ball will continuously move from B to C. Now what you have to do, how the experiment you will carry out, this you can see that just count 20 oscillations, 20 oscillations. Okay, just count 20 oscillations. 20 oscillations means what? 20 times, 20 times, okay, the ball should, 20 times, the ball should move from B to A. Okay, when you leave the position, when you leave it, I'm seeing from when you leave the ball, okay, at B. When you leave the ball at B, so B to A to C, okay, A to C, then again it moves from C to A, and then again it moves from A to B. So this is one oscillation. This is one oscillation, okay. This is one oscillation. One oscillation. So 20 times you have to do that. Like how much time it takes to do the 20 oscillation. Okay. So 20 times you have to see, and you count using the stopwatch. You count using the stopwatch. As soon as you leave at position B, so as soon as you leave the at position B, so using a stopwatch, you note the time. Okay, for 20 oscillation. For 20 oscillation. Understood? So what you will find that you will have some 40-50 seconds around that. You will have some 40-50 seconds that this ball will take to make a 20 oscillations. Okay. So now I'm assuming that 20 oscillation, I'm assuming that 20 oscillation, okay, the ball is taking some 50 seconds. I'm just assuming, okay, I'm just assuming that for 20 oscillation, it has taken somewhere around 50 seconds. So you tell me for one oscillation, how much time it is taking? Yes. For one oscillation, how much time it will take? For one oscillation, how much time it will take? Yes. One second. Okay. 1.5 seconds. So for one oscillation, it is going to take 5/2, which is nothing but 2.5 seconds. Okay, 2.5 seconds. If 20 oscillation it is doing in 50 seconds, so for one oscillation, what I have to do? 50/20. Okay, so 0 0 I can cancel and it will be 5/2. So 5/2 means what? 2.5 seconds. It is 2.5 seconds, not 1.5 or 1 or 5.2. So it is 2.5 seconds you will get. You will get 2.5 seconds. That means this ball takes 2.5 seconds to move from B to C, okay, and then again from C to B, okay. For this complete thing, it takes how much time? 2.5 seconds. So this is how we actually measure the time now. Understood? So this is how we actually measure the time now. So you can do this experiment and you can make it like 3-4 times to actually calculate the time period of your pendulum. So I'm just drawing a table here. I'm just trying to draw a table here. So all of you who are willing to do this experiment, okay, just carry out this experiment and just find out what is the time. Okay, it is, this pendulum is taking for one oscillation. Okay, so what you have to do, you can actually minimum we take 3 or 5 like times we do the repeat the experiment. So better you repeat the experiment for 5 times. Okay, and you try to find out for 20 oscillations. Okay, for 20 oscillations, how much time you are taking. Okay, how much time you are taking, and then for one oscillation, how much time it will take. You just divide it by 20. Whatever time you are getting, just divide it by 20. You will get the time taken for one oscillation. Okay, time taken for one oscillation. Fine. And this table only, whatever you will be calculating, this is only what? Time period. This is only called as time period. So what is time period now? The time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. So what is time period? Time period is time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. Time taken to complete
My students, just wait for 2 minutes. Sir is facing some power cut problems. Okay, so just wait for 2 minutes. He will be coming back.
Yes, students, can you all hear me? Yes, students, can you all hear me? Okay. So what is the time period? Time period is time taken to complete one oscillation. Time taken to complete one oscillation is called as time period of the pendulum. Okay. So just carry out this experiment. Okay. 20 times you have to count. Okay. That 20 times it moves from B to A, B to A, and again A to C, and then again comes back to the same position. So you have to do for the 20 times. And how will you note down the time? You have to start the stopwatch as soon as you leave it. As soon as you leave it at B. As soon as you leave it at B. Okay. As soon as you leave it at B, so you have to start the stopwatch and then start counting the 20. Okay, from 1 to 20. And as soon as 20 you count, you just stop the stopwatch and you just note down the reading here. So suppose the first time I counted and it comes out to be 50 seconds. Okay, so the for one oscillation, how much time it will take? So it will be 50 by 20. So it is 2.5 seconds. So for one complete oscillation, it is taking 2.5 seconds. Similarly, you carry out the experiment for 5 times. Similarly, you carry out the experiment for total 5 times. And when you have done that, so you take the average. You take the average here. Okay, you take the average. So you will get somewhere around whatever value you are calculating. So it will be very near to this only. It will be very near to 2.5, 2.4, 2, like that. Understood? So this is pendulum. This is how we find out the time. Understood? Anybody is having any doubt in this now? Anybody is having any doubt in this now? Yes. Is anyone having any doubt in this now? Yes. So can you all hear me now? Okay. Is the screen visible to all of you? Is this screen visible to all of you? Is it okay now? Yes. Can everyone hear and see the screen? Okay. So this is how you will calculate the time period of the pendulum. Okay. Now, what is the unit of this? What is the unit of time? It is second. Okay. It is actually second. Okay. Hello, sir. Sir, the same message I am getting that day I had sent you the screenshot. No? Yeah, trying to start the invalid section like that. Huh? Okay. So, students, unit of the what is the unit of this second? Yes, the unit of second is the unit of second is unit of time is second. Okay, the unit of time is second. The SI unit. Okay, the SI unit. The SI unit of time is second. Okay, the SI unit of time is second. Fine. So we have seen that how actually this time period will be calculating for simple pendulum and how can I link this one oscillation time period with actual time of measuring the things. Okay, so this is what we do. This is what we do in order to calculate the time, okay, using the simple pendulum. Okay, so anybody is having any doubt in this now? Is anyone having any doubt in this now? Yes. Is anyone having any doubt in this now? No. Okay, fine. So now what we are going to see is, now what we are going to, I'll just introduce that. I'll just introduce that. Okay, that how to calculate the speed. Okay, I'll just give you an experiment. Okay, a normal thing that you can do. So what you have to do is just mark a point A. Just mark a point A, and along this point only, what you can do, you make a line from this point A up to a point B. Okay, and suppose this distance is some 2 to 3 meters. Okay, 3 meters, suppose I'm assuming this distance is 3 meters. Now you take a ball. Now you take a ball. Okay, now you take a ball and just roll the ball. Just roll the ball along this line. Along this line, just roll the ball. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to just roll the ball along this line. And as soon as you leave the ball, as soon as you leave the ball, as you leave the ball, as you leave the ball, okay, what you are supposed to do, you have to start the stopwatch. As you leave the ball, start the stopwatch. Okay, and when you start the stopwatch, and as soon as the ball reaches this point, stop the stopwatch, and now note down the reading. Note down the time here. Note down the time. You are supposed to note down the time at this point. So now you know the distance. You know the distance. You have noted down the time. So how can you find out the speed of the ball? How can you find out the speed of the ball? 3 meters. And suppose this thing, whatever you have noted down is, suppose this is 5 seconds. Suppose this is 5 seconds. So you divide it by 5. So 3 by 5, okay, meter per second becomes the speed of the ball. 3 by 5 meter per second becomes the speed of the ball. So all of you just try to execute this small experiment at your home. You can do it, okay? And this is very easy, and this is how we find out the speed of the particle or anything. Now, in the vehicle, okay, in the vehicle, we have a speedometer. We have a speedometer, which tells us the speed, and this speed is denoted in terms of kilometer per hour. In vehicles, generally, the speed is denoted in terms of kilometer per hour. And how do we calculate the distance? How do we calculate the distance? How the distance is denoted? So that device is called as odometer. The device is called as odometer. So this is in kilometers now. This is in kilometers now. Okay, this is in kilometers now. So speed in a vehicle is measured using a speedometer. Distance is measured in the vehicles using odometer. Okay, so with this we will wrap up the session, and what I'll recommend you people that just go through the previous class and this class, and whatever doubt you will be having, whatever doubt you have regarding the two classes, whatever we had, you can ask the doubts in the next class. Okay, so starting 10 to 15 minutes, okay, whatever doubt you will be having, you can ask that, and then we will move on to the next topic in this. Okay, so starting 15 minutes of the next class, we will keep as the doubt session. So whatever doubt you have regarding these points or regarding any concept, we will take down that. Okay, so thank you.